Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to Alon.
This Walsh.
Let's go, dude. Game Week 38 pod, aka Free Hit pod, aka Walsh's Balls pod. What else can we call it? It's going to be an old school knockdown, drag out Wild West of an episode, dude.
Oh my god. You're just fucking high on life watching the empty stadium with the trophy and shit.
You're not wrong. It's a humongous dopamine hit after Joel Matip no context hit, but
oh god.
We are both on Free Hit. Like it's a fun week. There's no question about that. So I'm hyped about that too.
Every week's been fun, dude.
Oh god. Sarcastic.
It's true. It's true.
Okay, I'm just gonna pretend it's true. Before we go to our teams, I just want to say live stream Saturday, 2 p.m. New York time, 7 p.m. UK time, twitch.tv/FMLPL, and postmortem pod. Well, this is our second and last pod of the season. Postmortem pod, last pod of the season on Tuesday. So just get that out of the way.
Yeah, it'll probably be like a 2-hour job.
Just go through every wrong decision and regret we've made all season.
Yeah, that's always a long one.
Yeah, it is. And good questions and shit too.
Yeah.
I'm excited for your notes. Wait, do we get your notes?
No. That's
when do we get your notes?
Preseason. That's pregame week one.
God, dude,
stuff.
that's like a month away.
Yeah, well, that's what's up.
Okay, all right. Well, okay. So what are you up to this week?
I mean, best score 69, bro. So you love to see. That's something you love to see.
Let's go.
Yeah, just whatever. Some guys got points and some other guys didn't get points. I had fun with Stan. Fun Stan times.
Captain Stan.
Yeah, you got to mix it up there, here and there. So, but to be fair, Raz accurately assessed again. So that's a nice job by me again.
Yep.
Yeah, whatever, some points and some not points and Vice Captain Egan. Everything's cool.
So what are you up to now? 307K?
Hey, here I am.
What could you do with a free hit? We'll see. So
this we'll get there, but basically I was going to base it on your vibes, but should I make the team that I think is going to get the most points or should I just make the fun team? Because they basically share 2 players.
Who are the 2 players?
Well, Redders and Dilf.
That rocks. No, I think you should make the team that scores the most points.
Okay, so I'll go for that.
Yeah.
I'm ready with that. I'm ready for that with the pod.
Okay.
What are you
got
up to
63 points. I was top 100K until today, where now I'm actually on a 5K red arrow.
Look at us. We're just a couple great FPL managers.
I benched Pulisic because, Liverpool and he's knocked and everything. Subs on, destroys. But
Doc.
Yeah, Doc Cat, pod partner shout.
Hey.
That was good.
Hey.
That was everything. That was the peak moment of the week for me. And it went downhill from there, but not too much.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to try and make the team that scores the most points and try and go top 100K.
Yeah, you definitely should be able to crack in there, I think. Dude, Kevin's just been rough for you.
I fucking hate him. It's so, to begin with, it's not even fun owning him. He's just the kind of guy you're just like, all right, I guess I just have to get Kevin because he scores like 15 every week or whatever. And then
it's not fun now when he's owned by pretty much everyone, right? Because it's fun when you're early, but there were a good 2 months. I guess that's not true. Everyone kind of got him early. Yeah, you're right. It's not fun. I agree.
But then, especially not fun when he's just got. What did I shout for his price last pod? Like 7.5? Seems accurate.
What? Oh yeah, the funny thing that you said.
Yeah, the funny thing that I said.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been a complete disaster. Like if I went Raz over Kev, who I honestly,
oh my god,
like more, prefer in pretty much every single way, and then of course Raz takes the pen over Kev this week.
That's probably
How many points is that?
70K places for you?
Yeah.
About, I would say.
Something like that.
Yeah. That's a lot of points.
I
Big
mean,
difference.
also the big. I never actually considered Raz over Kev, but there was the week when Raz had it and you captained him, and a lot of people followed your lead and captained him. That week, I was considering doing Mahrez up to Raz instead of like getting rid of DCL or something like that. So that was actually the mistake, not going Kev over Raz. So I don't know.
Yeah, Mahrez low-key also been pretty bad.
Yeah, he started so well.
After the double, and then a 6 right after, but then it's been not too good.
6-15-6, insane. And then 1-1, 8-6, 1-1, terrible.
Yeah.
So I've been missing big time on the Jesus Raz points that everyone else is getting.
Kevin probably like 11-5 next year is would be my guess.
Yeah, he'll be high. And
11,
Raz showed
11.
why he's not going to be on pens. It's going to be Kevin on pens. So
that was something.
That was
He's fucking so bad at pens.
Yeah. Okay, let's go housekeeping quickly. Still leader of the FMLFPL Public League. It's still Alexander, forever Alexander. And then shout out to the FMLFPL Prize League Mug League leader for July so far. 1 game week left for the mug. Jeff Dodds, aka Deportivo de los Altos, but he doesn't have free hit left, so it's gonna be real tough to hang on to that lead.
And the D stands for Dodds.
D for Dodds. He's in the We're Cute league with his wife, famously.
Oh God.
as roasted on the previous stream. Okay, let's go on. So we're both on free hit. We got a few topics that are grouped up and mostly otherwise just like Wild Wested questions. So let's just start with City. 4 questions. Dave Rowe, 1 week punt, Dilva or Mahrez. Eric B, are we sure 3 City attackers is worth it? If we get a leak that Walker or Mendy is starting, could that be a viable 3rd City player? Danny Farmer, is Raz a must this week? What about Dilv? And then Andrew Simple, which 3 City players for the free hit? So, I mean,
is this going to be very free hit centric? I feel bad.
I think it's going to be
is,
extremely free hit centric.
Okay.
There's a few specific questions that's like, I'm not on free hit. What should I do in this situation?
Okay.
But mostly free hit, yeah.
So City. So we saw Mahrez not start, and we saw Dilv not start. So they're pretty likely to come in. Do you think he's going to go strong for the Norwich team? Like he's going to go maybe Roger, maybe it's like a Gundo, Kevin, Dilv, Mahrez, Raz, Jesus up top. Is that what we're thinking?
Yeah, I think it's going to be strong. I don't know if the like resting of Mahrez plays that much more into the starting 11 though, because they actually have time off this week.
Yeah.
So
but the thing is, he said that he wanted to give everyone a game, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And
so
Mahrez didn't start for back-to-back. Yeah.
I mean, Fraudiola lies. It's like ridiculous pathologically, but
yeah,
I feel like that was a tip. Like I don't really think Foden's gonna get it, and I mean, Bilv is just, I don't know what he's up to this year.
The only 3 attackers that I would assume are nailed are Raz, Kev, and Dilv.
Not Jesus.
I think he's likely to start. But
what are you doing? He hasn't not started. Like he's, I think, 1 game since.
He's basically started every game, but I don't know. Raz up top going for Golden Boot, Mahrez and Foden, or Mahrez and Bilv or some shit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I have Jesus in my tinker.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah. I don't think a defender's the right place to look because Norwich. I mean, it could be 6 or 7.
Yeah, it could
and
be.
you don't want to cap yourself on hoping to get 6 when you could look for 10, 12, 15 from an attacker.
Yeah, the thing is also none of their defenders are like that attacking. You know, if they had like a Trent type of person, then it's like, okay, you could double digit with the defender, but like Walker and Mendy or Cancelo, like they're probably not going to get an attack in return. Yeah. And then you look at I was looking at a lot of gambling odds before this, which, you know, you have to take with a grain of salt, but the over-under 4 and City's individual over-under's 3.5, and it's just like,
that's a high number. That's a big number.
Goodness, dude. Like, yeah, that's just too many goals to pass up. But, Danny's question is Raz a must? I mean, he's one of the first people I put in, right? I mean, his form and everything.
It doesn't seem smart to not have him based on how he's looked. Raz, I think you pick 3 of 4. I guess Jesus, Dill. I like Jesus a lot because I think the forwards are a lot worse than the mids in the game right now.
Me too.
So I think it's kind of like Dilv, is that sentimental pick. But you could do Jesus, Raz, and Mahrez or Dilv or Kevin. Like, I think it's pick 3 from those 5, and that should be the first place you start.
What 3 are you on in your current tinker, which will probably change a lot?
I have Raz, Dilv, and Jesus.
Me too. Let's go. Same page. And Dilv, we love Dilv.
I can't not do the things with him.
I love Dilv.
I'm going to cap him. I mean,
he's his points are actually really good in starts, and we expect him to start. Like, when he starts, he usually returns.
Yeah, he low-key has been starting in the actual dog fixtures this season. Like, Pep is very aware that he's not a big game player anymore. I mean, just looking back, these are the games he started this year. West Ham, Bournemouth, Brighton, Norwich, Watford, Wolves, Palace, Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle, Burnley, Man United, Villa, Palace, West Ham. Like, there's a theme. He's playing in the bad games.
He just restarted all. Yeah, so he's played basically 2 tough matches, 2 like top, quote unquote, top 6 matches, and then everyone else is like bottom 8.
Yeah, like since the restart, he like didn't play him in the Chelsea Liverpool games. He started him in Southampton. So yeah, I mean it suits him when the opposition is he's protected. It suits him when the opposition is going to be in their own half for the whole game. So Dilv just has the storyline, sure, if the pen, whatever, but it's just they're going to be it's a Dilv. I think you got to pay tribute to the Dilv.
Yeah,
he's been such a legend for so many years in the Prem.
Legend, like since we started watching. Legend, like magical.
Dude, it's like 10 years. He's been there for like 10 years.
Wait, how many years?
10! I just woke up the kid, probably.
Oh, fuck.
Lauren's gonna kill me.
I shouldn't have baited you into that, sorry.
Can't do that again.
I can't help myself.
Can't do that again.
Okay, no more. Okay, yeah, and then 1 week punt Dilver or Mahrez. Well, we just kind of gave our answer in that Dilv rant. Yeah. So that's that. A couple of United questions. Fat Gorilla Brian said, are United worn out? Dropping all United guys feels like big upside for free hit if they can't return hauls. And then Joanna said, do we still need/want 3 attacking assets from United in our free hit for game week 38? So,
okay.
Do you have any?
No, come on, of course not. Well, I have Baby Will because he's only 3.8.
Okay. But no starters.
I think one thing that's really important for the last game week when you're on free hit is that in your head you map out like what you expect to happen in each game, because
I think it's just free hit in general. That's how the chip works.
Yeah, fine.
Right.
But even more so here, because it's like there's like Spurs Palace. Like, what do you think that game's going to look like? What do both teams need? Like, what's going to happen if Spurs get up a goal? Like, what do you expect? And I think that the Leicester United game is very much like this, because you can easily just look at the recent game. Okay, Man United struggled today against West Ham. Moyes, just absolute masterclass on Ole. Not even close. He's such a better manager. But like Leicester plays the high line with all the old slow fucks against Spurs and get absolutely disassembled,
ripped apart.
Against Man United, like that is the most tight asshole game of the weekend of the day on Sunday. Do you expect, Bruno, Man United to just score 3-4? Do you expect it to be tight? Like, I think that that's what you should be doing first, and then figuring out what players you want from the team. So how do you see that game going?
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with what you're leading me into, that it's just going to be really, really tight, really cagey, probably a 1-0 either way, maybe even a 0-0 if Leicester can't really break them down. But yeah, like, I mean, they're not gonna be taking risks, and they're all gonna be. It's like if they're fucking cup final, to use the cliche, So
yeah.
Leicester have a bunch of bad players like Justin Bennett and Morgan who are all going to start, but they're going to be sitting really deep and just battling, just fucking going at it. So, yeah, I don't think this is like a free-flowing attacking game at all.
So what do you think about Leicester they kind of need a win? Do you think that they're going to do the thing where they go try for a 0-0 at half and then try and do it late on? Something like that? Like, is that what you think Braj, full kit wanker, is going to do?
I guess. Yeah, I don't really know because he's Braj, so he could show up with like any system and any game plan, and I wouldn't be surprised. But
Morgan at striker.
I mean, what's the actual situation? They don't actually need a win, right? But it's
if they draw and Chelsea lose, then they're good.
Right, but they would need Chelsea to lose to Wolves, who are good.
Yeah.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely keep it tight for a large majority of the game, I think. And maybe at halftime, if Chelsea are up 2-0, they're going to go all out mental. Yeah. But, I think they're going to keep it relatively tight and try and just get United's defenders in one-on-one situations and try and take long shots on goal because that's their Achilles heel, right? Like, they're trying to get Vardy one-on-one with Maguire as many times as possible because that's... Well, that's a likely scenario for a mistake. So, but they're not going to give any room, I don't think, at all for the attackers, and they're going to be like doubling both wings and two center backs on Tony at all times, and so
I mean, they should play deep banks. They shouldn't push high line again.
Absolutely.
So
it should be like a 5-3-2 with Vardy and Iheanacho just trying to counter long ball for a while, and then maybe they'll change it. But so to answer the questions, I mean, I don't have a single United attacker. You don't have a single United attacker. I mean, if you're protecting your rank,
you just have Bruno, and that's fine.
I guess.
I feel
like Tony,
feel like though Leicester are really bad. I mean, they have like really bad players that they have to play. There is a chance that Man United just overwhelm them with the class and quality, even if they're not taking risks and going for it. That just the front three plus Paul or plus Bruno against fucking Morgan and little baby left back and Justin. Like, they have so many liabilities.
There's always a chance, but I think it would have to be... I think for that to play out, it would have to be like United get a really early goal and Leicester come out of their shell.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
They're just going to be so parked and clogged. You think it doesn't even matter?
Yeah, I don't think it matters as much that Morgan can't run if he's just so deep in his own box, basically. And then they still have good midfielders and shit. I don't know. That's how I think of the match, at least.
Yeah, I mean, that's my inclination, too. But I guess the other thing is it takes us over. I want to talk about the Liverpool game against Newcastle because I was totally dead set on Mane, Mo, and Trent like yesterday until this morning when everyone's on Slack talking about today's the trophy day and all the fireworks start happening and everyone's fucking drunk. So I'm a little bit worried about. I thought like Liverpool Newcastle would just be similar to the game today, just two teams who are just going to be open and loose.
Yeah,
and Liverpool could just fucking laugh their way into scoring 3 or 4. I'm worried that Liverpool are going to just have that hangover because they were so bad in that City game. What do you think that they're going to shrug it off? And
I think it'll be more like today. I think 5 days off. Also, Newcastle are terrible.
5 days. Yeah, they're so bad and they're playing all this shitty.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a high scoring game. In my team right now, I only have Trent because I'm like, I don't know what attackers are going to start. I don't know when the subs happen and like all that shit.
Because I have Mo Mane. Trent was like...
Yeah, but I also have Almiron. So that tells you like how I think that match is going to go.
That's fucking insane. Are you kidding me?
No, like I think... Right, so it's the type of thing where like if you evaluate Liverpool's defense and if you look at betting odds and all that shit, like... Yeah, they're going to just destroy Newcastle 3-0 or something like that. But if you look at what's actually been happening is they just concede a ton of goals and chances to every team they've played.
But so why wouldn't you have St. Max? He's just better.
Almiron's got better numbers, more in the box and shit.
Oh my God, dude, come on.
That is not like what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the fact that like I think it'll be loose and open and I think Newcastle could score a couple. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
But yeah, the last thing I wanted to say about United also that United fans obviously don't want to hear is like also they've been crazy outperforming all their XG and all that shit and like blah blah blah, and like they're kind of just
shit today.
They're just coming back down to earth. Like they're a good top 4 team. They're probably the 4th best team in the country to Chelsea, maybe 3rd. But like, you know, they're 6th in shots, 7th in shots in the box since restart. Like that's including penalties. They're 4th, I think, in non-penalty XG. They're not like City or something. They're not some crazy, incredible attacking team.
So they're not in the same universe?
Exactly. That's really what it comes down to. So yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that on United, I guess. And then the last thing, we got a few questions in, is Kane/Spurs, and then we could just go to questions, I guess. But so Cambia said, are you buying into the Kane hype? Another brace from 2 shots on target kind of feels like a trap. SK says, what does Walsh think of Kane versus Palace? Spurs usually play on the counter. Wouldn't be a great matchup normally, but we've seen some schizophrenic Palace performances lately. And Haffy said Kane versus Alba on free hit.
I mean, I think Kane's a horrible pick.
Why?
So they're coming off the 3 goals. He has the brace, okay, but they, again, no creation, under 1 XG, team XG on the game.
Yeah, it was just 2 like worldies.
Yeah, I mean, it's just what you expect. And they need to win the game. We're bad, but we'll play 2 deep banks. I don't think he's going to go nuts. I think it'll probably be very similar to what we did last game, where he'll probably play Towns and Ayew and Wilf and the holdings and, whatever.
Schlupp covering for left back or whatever.
Yeah, a little baby. I mean, it could be the exact same 11. And, I mean, we didn't, whatever. But the basic issue I have with this game is that, when you have a limited amount of, double-digit players that you can throw in your free hit or whatever, I mean, okay, if you own them, you just hold them, like, cool, okay. But when you have a limited number, like, what would have to happen for Spurs to score 3? Like, I can't it would have to be, Kelly, like, picking the ball up in our zone to give them a penalty or something, because
that's not out of the question.
It's not out of, but like, he goes up 1-0, 2-0, like, they don't create chances. I mean, this is a team that does not create chances, and they thrive on the opponent's mistakes. Like, that's what they've been doing for the past 4 or 5 games from what I've been watching. And we're not going to come out. We're not going to play a high line. We're really bad. And we're just going to be clogging up the center of the pitch like we always do. And I just don't really see a game flow where Kane's getting all these chances. And I do see that happening, more likely happening for OBS and Arsenal, when it's just nothing to play for, free and open, and Watford are a different level of bad than us. Not organized, manager just bites his nails for 20 minutes and it's a mess, So I just don't. And same with Liverpool, right? Like, I mean, again, it's like we're not comparing Kane to, like, no, right? It's comparing him to, like, Jesus, Obbs, Mane, Mo, Kevin. These are the right. So it's just I haven't seen an argument or read anything that's told me, like, yeah, Kane's in that level, and I just don't. I don't like it. I like the defense. Like, I have 3 Spurs defenders on my team.
I have 2 and Kane.
Yeah. Okay. So I just don't see how we score a goal. We're just ridiculous right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I'm spending, I feel so much more confident in a clean from Spurs than any other team in the game week on Sunday, that, spending 6 less for just a 6-pointer feels really good. When Kane, like, yeah, he could get a goal or an assist, but, is he going to get, like, a brace or a triple return? Like, they're not going to score that many goals. I feel pretty confident in that. So for those reasons, like, I'd rather just pile on the defenders and get clean sheet shares and find goals elsewhere.
Yeah, I think it's totally reasonable. I don't think it's not reasonable to own, or I don't think it, whatever the fuck.
I don't think it's unreasonable. I just don't like it.
Yeah. No, I think it's like it's similar to you going triple Wolves over Jim. Right? It's very similar logic, and I don't think it's wrong. I'm going with Kane because Palace are really bad, just conceded way more chances than Wolves usually create to Wolves, who are a bad attacking team for the most part, conservative attacking team. And yeah, I don't know, Kane's just in looks good. Like, even though, 2 shots, 2 goals is not sustainable, like his passing's been really good. He looks pretty lively. It's a must-win game. Pens, 90 minutes, all the normal Kane reasons,
it's just like they got their first goal and it's just cruise control. Like,
absolutely.
Controlling that game is so easy for Spurs.
Maybe you probably have a better read on this than I do. I don't know what Palace are going to do. Because maybe...
I think we're going to do the same exact thing as we did this week, honestly. Same thing.
Then there is room to counter, in my opinion.
But
there's
Lucas
Lucas running at Mitchell and Kane in the middle for a tap-in. Like, that's very easy for me to imagine. Aurier overlapping on Mitchell. And, it's like...
We still defended really well against Wolves. I mean, Johnny had the really, sick goal. But, they had, 1.5 XG. Isn't, that good.
It's not that good, but it's good for Wolves, is my point.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're still going to just do the jam up the lanes thing, and I just don't think that Spurs are gonna go for anything.
Yeah, I think we're both right in a weird way. You know what I mean? It's both are good, and if you want to go with a Mo over Kane, love it, have no problem with it. And if you want to go Kane and someone else, I'd love it and don't have a problem with it.
But what about Obbs though? Because I do really think Obbs is just better than Kane.
I have both, obviously. So that's why I haven't addressed that. But yeah, I don't know. I think, what do you think about Arsenal after that Villa performance? Like, are they going to limp over the line because they have nothing to play for?
I think Villa have been, we are still thinking it's fucking December with Villa. Like, they've been legit, very good defensively.
Solid. Yeah, they've been solid.
Very good. Like, top 7 or 8 in the division defensively.
Yeah, it's true.
They've just been insane. So I think that's all that happened there.
6th in non-penalty XG.
He rotated a couple. He didn't have Tierney on for the width. He was doing different things with Laka.
6 changes.
Laka was playing a little weird, kind of centrally. There's something different there happening. And Xhaka wasn't there. They weren't able to progress the ball. I think it just kind of things fell in a bad way for Obbs and for them. But Watford showed a new level of bad against City. They really collapsed, and it's not, it's like anti-new manager bounce. And sure, they need to win the game and get a point or whatever, but they need a point. I don't think they're going to be able to do the same thing they did against City and not concede early.
Well, so Villa,
and if they concede early, they have to come out.
Villa, we're going to have to come out though. Who the revolutionary tools have been thrown down for West Ham. They're totally safe. And Villa needs something to be safe.
West Ham could beat them 3-0.
That could happen. Absolutely.
I think Watford. I have a hard time seeing that.
They just beat Arsenal.
Well, yeah, it's true. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm into West Ham.
West Ham are safe. And West Ham are safe.
I know they are, but we were talking about their bench, dude. Their bench front 4 was Allaire, Yarmo, Lanzini.
They're such a sex machine team. I don't know what they are. They're the sexiest team, and then that's all countered with Moyes' manager to make them the least sexy team.
But whatever. We're getting. But Watford though,
they'll have to come out.
They need to. If they come out and they're down, if Arsenal scores in the first half hour and Watford are oh shit, we have to do something, Obbs could score a hat trick easily. Even if Arsenal don't score, Watford are gonna have to go for the win, right? Yeah, they can't just play for a draw. They need to win the game because they are in 18th place right now. Wow. Yeah. You just said everything I needed to hear. I already have Obbs, but yeah, I definitely like that prospect for Obbs. Maybe Kane. I should put I'm talking myself in Obbs, so I haven't looked at him at all. My front line is, I'm old school, 3 big forwards with Obbs, Jesus, Kane, 3-4-3. I'm ready to fuck. I might need to do some switcheroos for this. Yeah, I like Obbs. Okay. And I also kind of like Arsenal defense, just in the shout it out while we're talking about Arsenal. See, that's the thing though with Watford. I guess I like Martinez a little. Martinez, is it Martinez or Martinez? What's up with him? I don't know. Probably depends. I don't know. Emiliano. Yeah, Emmy. Watford are really bad, but How do they not score a goal? That's like talking about Bournemouth, Everton, right? Like thinking Everton's like Bournemouth. Like if they don't score a goal, it's like what the fuck is?
They have to score.
They have to. Like that's all they're going to be doing. So
yeah.
I don't love that.
All right, I'm ripping Bellend out of my team. Fine. Also, Nate had a good point when I was texting him about it. Is that like, how hard are they going to try to defend? You know, and if they go down, how hard are they going to try to like fight back? They have absolutely nothing to play for. Like I don't know. So.
Yeah, it's sketchy. So the other thing too, what do you think about this Burnley situation? Is everyone's between 2 and 3 Burnley defenders, home Brighton? Do you think there's a clean there?
We know the data, which says that when both teams have nothing to play for, it's usually higher scoring games. So probably not. I think it's like pretty low % chance that there's a clean either way in that match.
Yeah,
that's how I feel about it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, Brighton, I don't remember if you were on Slack, but we were talking about Brighton. I was listening to one of the Anfield Wrap episodes they were talking about Brighton's chance creation and how bad it was. Mm-hmm. And that their like average shot XG was like 0.08 or something
Jesus
per shot.
Christ, yeah.
And it was, I think, the worst in the division. That they just don't create. And they play this attractive style where we will enjoy watching them.
Yeah. It's like aesthetically pleasing. Yeah.
Yeah, but they low-key do not score goals. I think they have 3 goals since the restart.
Yeah, that looks right.
It's not good. So
no, they scored 2 against Arsenal, so
4.
Yeah. It's not great.
Not good.
I mean, they also played against Arsenal, Leicester, Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City, Southampton.
Yeah, 4 goals in 8 games, though. It doesn't matter who you... I mean, it's pretty...
It kind of matters who you play. When you're Brighton? When you're like the 15th team in the league? Or
but either way, I mean, they just don't score a lot. So, I mean, their second leading goal scorer is own goal. So, I do like Brighton.
No, I mean having at least like a Pope or a Burnley defender, I think is responsible. But I also don't want them, and I like rooting against them, and I like rooting for Brighton scoring goals. So
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any Burnley defenders in my team, but I guess it's just like I started off like, I don't like this. It seems like a bad idea for what you were saying, like nothing to play for or whatever. Yeah, goals coming, but I feel like Brighton's been a bit of a blind spot for us in general all season.
Definitely.
I mean, like
we get baited by guys who look good. Yeah, like that's a classic bait.
We do.
Like,
we do. So yeah, that's a tough one because that's going to be a big deciding factor on your game week is how many Burnley players you have, defenders, and if they keep it clean.
And the other part of this, right, is Burnley. What have they been up to? And you were the one who brought it up to me. I think it was also from Anfield Wrap. It was an episode I didn't listen to or something. When they were talking about how Burnley have been like under the radar, horrible, conceding tons of chances, and just like the goals haven't been going in. And like how they've been really lucky on a lot of their recent cleans. So that is the other side, I think, too, where it's like, yeah, classic Burnley keeping, more cleans than they're supposed to, but they're also conceding tons of chances. So, I don't know. I don't love it for a clean.
Yeah.
Odds-wise, I just looked it up. It's Burnley's like 30%, Brighton 24%.
Is it actual 30?
Actual 30, and Brighton 24%.
Yeah. I mean, I almost like Brighton's chances better.
I mean, they're gonna dump. No, Brighton are not gonna keep it clean. I think Wood's gonna bully some fucks into a goal. Like Brighton are gonna have 60% possession and concede like 2 goals or something.
Yeah, 60% possession with like a 0.3 team XG.
Yeah, exactly. The Brighton special, the Potter special. Yeah. Should we go to questions?
Yeah. What else we got?
Let's do it. There's a lot of questions. How long are we already? We're okay. All right. Jerry Jameson. I think there's a lot of us on game week 38 free hitters who are 20 odd points behind a mini league leader and want to go all out for a mega game week on the last week. I'm sure you'll talk about differential picks, but could you also talk about which highly owned players could be worth jettisoning for game week 38 free hitters?
That was painful to listen to.
Yeah, I know.
What do you got?
Well, United immediately comes to mind, which we already spoke about. Yeah, I mean they're Bruno, Martial, Greenwood, Rash are all super fucking highly owned, and I don't really want any of them. Who else is highly owned? I mean, I think you could skip Kevin. I think is reasonable this week. Go with
especially if we're expecting Dilv to do some direct free action.
Yeah, I mean it's tough because they're probably gonna want Kev to get the assist record, but they also want to send David off flying over the hills, So I don't know, but I think it's a reasonable miss.
Well, I mean the other thing too is Wolves Chelsea playing each other. You don't want anything there.
Yeah, you don't want anything
there. That's going to be a mess. I mean, that's like a 1-1, like a low score draw kind of deal.
Yeah, that's a shitty ass game.
You don't
FPL.
Expect a clean either way. I mean, it's going to be tight and cagey.
Yeah.
Chelsea are going to want to try and win the game, but they're not going to be open. It's going to be a mess. That game's going to be a fucking slog.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's about 4 players per FPL team right now. That game alone, right?
Yeah. Between Jim, Defender, Pulisic, Willian,
Yeah, so any of those players you could bin seems fine to me.
Yep. I agree with that. That's a good list, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Chucky, interested in Alon's oh my God. Interested in Alon's predictions for pool game, not on free hit. Could bring in Trent for Doc or Salah for Bruno, but really don't know where pool stand.
Like, I'd rather do the Trent move, I think, because I think Bruno, even though, we talked about it, but he's still good, and he could still just ship points.
Yeah, you don't want Doc at all this week.
Doc, yeah, you don't love Doc in this game at all.
Yeah, and Trent, I mean, I feel like we saw today what a lackadaisical Liverpool can do via Trent regardless. It's like still going to put himself in a good position for assists and still take some frees, and just like he was like in show-off mode today. He was flying, so that's good.
Trent's just fucking it's ridiculous.
He's so absurdly good, dude. Oh my God, I love him so fucking much.
Dude. It's really nuts.
He's the Scouser in the team, dude.
What's the most points a defender's gotten in FPL?
It's a great question. I think actually it was Robbo. Wait, let me open Robbo's.
No, that can't be.
Yeah. Robbo 213 last season because he played 3,200 minutes. He got 21 cleans.
And a lot of bonus points.
21 cleans.
Yeah.
Trent has played fucking 800 less minutes than him. Oh, no, that was last year. Sorry. This season, he's played about the same minutes. So he's close. He'll probably break it. If he gets an assist, he'll break it.
Yeah.
He's on 209.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. Jeff D, I'm not on free hit, so I can't have it all. Need a Vardy replacement. Kane or Abba or Bob. Definitely not Bob. I love the shout, though. Sunglasses Bob. Maybe he'll fly, but I guess we both kind of came to the conclusion we prefer Obs, right?
Yeah, I definitely like Obs with that trio.
Biggest Dave, which game has the highest chance of X chaos? I'm thinking United West Brom 5-5 from Fergie's last season, etc. Well, it's got to be a game with nothing to play for, right? For chaos?
Chaos is tough.
Chaos rain. The thing with chaos is chaos rains.
It can't be like the City Norwich game because it's just going to be a destruction.
Yeah, one-way traffic is not chaotic.
Southampton Sheffield United could be like some really weird ass game.
Here are the candidates of teams with both teams have nothing to play for. Is Burnley, Brighton, Newcastle, Liverpool, and Southampton Sheffield. That's only 3.
Yeah.
So they have high X chaos in those 3.
Southampton Sheffield United just feels like it's going to be a little bit of an odd one.
It might be Liverpool, Newcastle.
It could be.
It might just be the most wide open game.
It could be like...
It's just like St. Max, Gale, Almiron, etc. running in space versus Liverpool's guys running in space. No defending either side.
It could be like 2-5 or something.
I think that's my pick. That game could be fucking crazy.
Okay, yeah.
Chuck Norwich, are there any fun future prospects to watch this week that could be fantasy possibilities for next year? Under the radar guys or lesser known guys?
I mean, we've been talking about those kinds in Slack, right? The last couple of weeks.
So like who?
We've been talking about Lamptey.
Oh yeah, Lamptey.
Talking about Lamptey a lot. We've been talking about
obviously like
Braithwaite a little bit.
Foden, Greenwood, Branthwaite.
Yeah, Greenwood doesn't really count.
For me, Keita's got to be thrown in there, but we've kind of seen
you're
what
hot
he's
in the
been
pants
doing.
for Keita. I mean, we've been talking about. Well, I've been talking about Bowen a lot.
Oh yeah, Bowen.
That's about it.
Yeah, that's a hard question. I'm not sure. That's a good one. Typically, Dan Naylor, on a free hit week, you fill your bench with several Woodmans, which, by the way, is first name in my free hit team. I hope it was yours too.
He's been in for a while.
Yeah, okay. But with the strong
Woods.
What?
So is Woods.
Yeah, as many Woods and Mans as possible. But with the strong possibility of managers going rogue in Game Week 38, how do you approach this given nailedness seems less of a thing? Would you, for example, buy Nick Pope's backup if that's the direction you're going at goalkeeper? I guess.
I don't really understand
He's just
question.
Asking about
Pope won't play.
Do you need a bench or something? Most teams still play the strongest 11, I think. Especially like Pope's going for like Golden Gloves or whatever for that example. But yeah, I mean, it never hurts to have at least like one guy on the bench, right? I mean,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think having one guy is like safe. Like at least have one guy.
There's so many cheap starters though, you know? It's not even an issue. Yeah,
there's so many.
Lamptey's 4-1, Branthwaite's 4-0.
Yeah, I mean, Mitchell or whatever, the Palace kid's 4. Brandon Williams might be playing. He's 3-8 if that fuck is still injured. I mean, there's so many guys. You just stick in. Connolly's, I mean, he hasn't been playing, but he's 4-2.
Right. Yeah, so just fill your bench with cheap fucks who play. Even Emi Martinez is 4-2 still, right? Or did he go up to 4-4 or something?
I'll check. 4-4.
Yeah, so, I mean.
Whatever.
Yeah. Wolfgang Jones, any Game Week 38 rogue shots with Walsh's balls TM seal of approval?
Yeah, I mean, Redmond's the most loud, clear thing of my life, I think.
So talk to me about Redmond versus Stewie. Because Stewie, I feel like, is just better. But Redmond has that, like, explosion potential, I guess.
Well, I feel like Redmond for low-key 3 assists in a row. Like, he's been just returning every game.
I had no idea.
He's been really good.
Idea.
Yeah. The difference is like Redmond is just further forward, right? Like Stewie's kind of more like floating, drifting in the half spaces, and Redmond's like support striker, even though he's been playing in the midfield too. But he's the end of the season. It's just end of the season Nat Redmond time. Like he hasn't scored a goal for a while, and he usually does a thing at the end of the year.
It's a lore pick.
Yes, it's very lore-ish.
And FPL lore.
Yeah, is like PVA, unfortunately dead. Rest in peace. I would have had him, but Redmond is just like yes.
I'm trying to think of other lore picks other than Redmond and PVA. I think the only one that comes to mind is Ayoze, but I don't want him versus Manchester United.
Yeah, no, you can't. I do like that shout though because he has had some
Remember
big end
last
of season
he
moments.
Exploded.
Yeah, he had like a hat trick or he had 2 and 1 or something like that.
Yeah. Heim, best cheap fuck defender to start Game Week 38, 4-5 and under.
Well, Peters is fucking, I don't know what position. He's playing like right midfield, the left back. But, he's 4-3. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's hard to not be a Burnley guy, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
Lamptey's just so much cooler, though.
Yeah, I feel fine about that, but I don't hate like a West Ham guy because Villa are real. If Villa don't score on an indirect set piece, it's really hard to see where their goal comes from, honestly.
Yeah, Trez, Worldy, Jack Worldy or some shit. But the tools, dude. The tool. You're underestimating the tools.
The tools are down. No, you're right.
West Ham are safe. They're also dog shit at defending.
The tools down.
Yeah, like
first down tools game. You're right.
I don't like that.
Maybe that's a nuts. I don't hate Bournemouth.
Who did Bournemouth play again? I'm blanking.
Everton are bad.
Oh, yeah.
Enough.
Don't hate that.
Carlo did do an interesting thing. I was like, well, with that game, I was seeing like Rich was dropping into midfield more. Like he was playing a much more like 4-4-2 where Rich was just like him and DCL were playing off each other, but they were both like kind of super isolated. But Rich was coming back into midfield a lot more and helping out, like getting the ball and adding that extra man in midfield. They were doing a lot. They like looked a lot better against Sheffield United.
So it's like a 4-4-1-1 or something, maybe.
Yeah, or like a 4-5-1. Like it was just weird. Or like sometimes it would be like an overload. If he came in, then Walcott would go up with DCL or something.
Right.
Bournemouth, like, I don't know.
You've walked into a trap because now you have to defend Bournemouth, and you just are lost for words.
Well, I like Rammers. Like Rammers is a good guy.
He's definitely chaotic evil, but he could sometimes keep it clean. Like I don't know. I mean, Rico 4-2.
They're a little bit of a mess. I mean, what do we do? We're talking about 4 or 5. I'm just like, okay, they have something to play for, and Everton are dog. They also have like 3 goals off the restart. So I mean, it's just there's not a lot of places to look.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bournemouth. Jono and Chucky, what do we do with Doc this week? Worth keeping for his attacking output, unlikely to get it clean.
Yeah, I mean, it's like if you're free hitting, obviously he's nowhere near. But if you own and you don't have free hit, it's probably not where you're going to spend your transfer.
Yeah, defender. Yeah, it's not worth.
Yeah, if you have to start him, you just roll him and hope you get lucky.
Yeah. This is an interesting question from Paul, aka Paul M. Lots of questions about how to use free hit to try and catch the lead in a money league. How do you use it to keep a 15-point lead? What's the strategy to hold on? Other person has free hit. That's hard. Like,
yeah, I in that instance, I think it's just like don't go too far outside the box and just stick with what you know,
chalk.
3-man City.
Just go chalk. Yeah,
go chalk. Because if the guy is a free hit too, like he's probably gonna go totally insane mental. But if you do the same thing, then you're both leaving the best players on the table, right?
Yeah.
Like if you just pick the best players because you have no control over what the 11 your opponent's going to have, you just got to go with that.
Right. I think that's right. Neil, only actually 4 questions left. Neil, Chelsea can't defend and Kepa has wrists made of noodles. Which, if any, Wolves players should we target on free hit? None.
Why are we targeting? What are we talking about?
I have Podence as my first on the bench.
I love you.
I mean, listen. Chelsea have conceded more goals than Brighton. They're not gonna shut out Wolves probably because Wolves are good at countering, you know? So when I think about Wolves countering, I mean, I think about Jim's good hold up, but mostly I think about Podence just shredding.
Do you think that he's going to go 3 at the back again? He's in a match? Fat Frank?
I think he literally shakes a magic 8 ball and it says either 4 at the back or 3 at the back and tells him which midfielders to play.
So Barkley.
Yeah, I don't know. Where was Barkley today? His only friend.
Yeah, that was strange.
Jorginho is just a fucking... Just imagine Podence running at Jorginho on a counter and to try and remove Podence from your team. Just try.
Podence.
Dear Podence. Simple.
See, like that's the thing. If we're doing a fun team, like Podence is just...
I know. Podence is high. I might start him.
I could go total off the reservation and just send you a lambs of Podence, Redders, Bowen. Like you're going to... Wilf. Dilf, like that. Be ready for that. Because that could come.
Can't wait for whatever you send me. And I'm going to be live on Saturday, so you'll see my actual reaction when it comes in. I mean, I basically... It's
not a
the way my
0%
teams,
chance.
We're talking around the fucking elephant in the room or whatever, but we haven't named our actual teams. But I basically have 2 like punt spots in my team. And as of now, it's Stewie and Almiron. With Podence,
none. It's not fun. I just have Redmond
itching to come off the bench, so it might be Podence. Might be one of the 2. Podence, dear Podence. Simple mug: is Arsenal defense against Wadi worth looking at, or will Welbs bring the final game week fire? It's Welbs' team now, so. But yeah, we talked about that already.
Welbs, though, dude, it must be said, absurd that he didn't start the last game.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's just it's upsetting.
Yeah. Dini, not many legs in him.
Yeah, Dini's ridiculous. It would be really nice to see Watford go down. I'm tired of their
Watford,
jig.
Bournemouth going down and Villa staying up is the most exciting, right?
The thing about Watford that's a little bit conflictual to me is that, like, I like the people who like Watford. Like, anytime I've seen, like,
yes,
it's
I
it's
agree
okay,
with that. I agree with that.
But the show that they put on with, like, 5 managers a year, like, playing these really shitty old, like, Deeney, it's just, I don't enjoy watching their games. Like, I just don't like the team.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one. I would be fine if they went down.
I can't believe we're going to have a final day with a lot of shit to play for.
Yeah,
we never get this. It's going to be fucking amazing. Why do I play FPL on Twitter? He said, one question for the pod. I'm 20 points behind in mini league. I have my triple captain left, the Hail Mary. Who gets the nod?
Triple captain left?
How do you triple captain? You gain 20 points on your fucking leader. I mean, we'll talk about captain in a sec, but, like, Raz seems the most obvious to me. But if the guy you're against has Raz, then you don't. Then it doesn't work.
That's where I'm, like, looking at, like, an OBS type pick,
or like Dilv.
Yeah, something like that. But if your opponent, if there's more than, like, 5% chance that your opponent owns the player, I don't think you should triple cap that player.
You can't triple cap them because you won't gain that many points on them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, Dilv is, like, a pretty likely candidate, I feel like, to bring in. So maybe, but maybe not. Maybe we're going to. Yeah, you got to read the.
You gotta Bielsa spy on your opponent somehow.
Yeah. Definitely
figure that out. All right, last one. TJC, one for Walsh. Pick a babysitter from 3 of the guys with the best post-lockdown haircuts. Guendouzi, Jack, or Lamella.
Wait, what? Why is it a babysitter? Or the haircuts?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
I don't
choose a babysitter. Guendouzi, Jack, or Lamella, and I think he means Grealish.
Oh, well, I choose option door number 4, Jack Wilshere. Obviously.
Great babysitter.
Yeah, he'll, like, smoke with he'll teach him how to be a lad.
Yeah, exactly. He smokes cigs in the bathroom.
That's what I want from the babysitter. Coco's an actual cunt. I don't want him anywhere near my kid.
Little 3-year-old walks into the bathroom. Jack, like, throws the cig out the window. He's like wafting it. He's like, oh shit.
I wasn't doing anything.
Why does it smell like fire? He's like, no. He's like, took a hot shower.
No, you.
That's it for questions. You want to move on or anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think we
talked about
meticulously went over every fucking thing. Yeah,
it was a lot of action. Okay, let's go on. Captaincy is kind of weird to talk about because I don't know who's in our team, but you think you'll go, like, off meta cap or just go on, like, Raz?
Well, I'm pretty into Dilv. I think I'll probably sit with Dilv.
It's fun.
Yeah, I think it's just
kind
of
fun and safe in a weird way.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's a nice Dilv time. I think Raz is the quote unquote smart.
He's
choice.
the standout pick.
Yeah,
everyone who free hits will have him.
And he's looked good, and that's the thing for picking captain. Usually, you want the player to look good, but I just like the Dilv nostalgia pick. You know?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's silly to go off City? Or City Norwich. It's like
it's kind of City. It's kind of silly to not go City. Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Anything else is like pure like gut feel FC.
Yeah,
which is fine. It's the last week.
Yeah, it's fine.
Have fun.
No, it's totally fine.
Okay, now read me your team. I guess. What's your 11?
I don't have the right thing. It's like a couple spots are fucked up.
I'm missing one spot right now, yeah.
Yeah, I have like triple. I have Lloris, Bavis, Aurier, and then Trent. And then I had Mo, Mane, Raz, Dilv, Redders, Jesus, Greenwood.
Yeah.
But I think I needed to free up like 0.5 or something, so I might just have double Spurs and some fucking Stainer instead of all 3.
Right. And we're on the same page in a lot of calls, I think.
Yeah.
I'm on double Spurs defense with Hugo and Serge. I have Trent and an empty spot and 2 cheap fucks on the bench. I have Raz, Dilv, Jesus. I have Stewie, Almiron, Podence, trying to figure out like which one I want.
You have Stewie.
I have Stewie, Almiron, and Podence trying to figure out what's up. That's why I was like, why Stewie over Redders? But you might have talked me into it. And then I have Obbs and Kane also. So
yeah, Obbs and Kane, my game week 1 duo.
Right. No Raz and Mo, and you went Obbs and Kane.
No, I had Mo.
You had Mo?
I think I did.
I don't think you did.
Oh, God. See, that's why I finished fucking 5 million this year.
That's a big reason why.
No, I had to have had Mo.
I think you went no Raz, no Mo.
I had Mo. I had Mo, Obbs, and Kane.
Okay, so Raz was the only one you skipped.
Dude, I was good. Game week 1, I was like good. That was when I was good.
Game week 1, Raz had a hat trick though.
Yeah. Well, that was upsetting.
Bad.
But I had Kane at 13, Obbs scored. I had Tony M scored, Maitland-Niles, Paul, Ashley,
right?
Trent points, Soy points,
God,
Pope points.
Niles.
I had 90 points. Fucking game week 1,
Ashley, dude. Game week 1 was the best thing.
That's why. And Soy, dude, him and Soy.
Yeah, I know. Him and Soy early season were so fucking good.
Dude, Soy was like under 1% owned.
So was Maitland-Niles.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, see,
those were the days. So I don't know. I might get rid of Kane. I kind of like your shout of just triple Spurs D, and then I could get rid of Kane and turn one of my mids into like Mo or something, which sounds fun. I haven't had a Liverpool player in so long.
Yeah, you haven't since the restart, right?
Yeah, I'm like always in like, I guess it's just 30 years of just all my teams sucking and being disasters in every sport that I'm just always like biased against my team in fantasies. Like in, American football, baseball, basketball, I like never have my guys. But now it's like Liverpool are actually good. I'm supposed to have my guys, but so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But yeah,
what about Ings? We didn't talk about Ings.
We didn't talk about Ings, and he's really good and should definitely be in more teams. Yeah, I don't know. The fixture's great.
I could just see Sheffield. I feel like Sheffield United could really just kind of chill out and let up.
They had a really bad showing. Losing 1-0 to Everton.
Yeah, they looked really bad.
They had the one bounce back game, right? That was the Spurs match, or no, Chelsea match, 3-0, and we were like, "Oh, Sheffield back," blah 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 blah, and then they got destroyed by Leicester, and then they lose to Everton. Yeah. I mean, they
could get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, Ings is a shout, but it's like a shout. At the same time, I'm just not sure I want 2 attackers from in that game in general. And I'm like pretty hard on Stu or Redders. That was like my personal reasoning. But I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it and I shouldn't think about like the 2 attackers thing. Because they're just good players who might score. It's hard to evaluate Chef.
Ings and no midfielder is the like smart money.
Wait, move closer to Mike.
I
can't hear you.
Ings and no midfielder is the smart money.
Yes, yeah. It's definitely smarter.
We're not in that.
I don't know. We don't play with smart money.
That's not us.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a bunch of time to tinker live lambs and shit on Saturday. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or
Trossard could make an appearance. I mean, there's so many options.
There's so many guys to play with. So many toys.
Flappy Hands I haven't had this year could make an appearance.
There's a lot.
A lot of action.
Lots to think about.
A lot of guys I haven't owned this year that I want to own. I might own all of them.
Podence.
I might captain Wilf.
Captain my captain. He's looking at. He's giving me the eyes. No anus slaps this week. No new signups. I think that's basically it, bro. Any last words? Second to last pod of the season.
It's the last pod of the season.
It's like the last pod
postmortem.
Postmortem. Yeah.
It's been a good. I mean, it's been a weird one.
It's been an extremely long one. We put in a big time shift. Over
we definitely did the most pods per season.
Our pod per 90 was extremely high. This is episode 250. Also, that's kind of nice.
250.
Nice round number.
That's like a round number. Yeah, you fucking love a round number. You dirty
doesn't
dog.
love a round number. So clean.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's check us out at FMLField.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLField. Support us, patreon.com/FMLField. Subscribe, rate, and review. Cheers!